Beep beep everyone. Today we're going to be looking at 1988 Bazooka. And Bazooka's had a bit of a history with baseball cards. I understand they made a set as early as 1959. They made quite a few in the 60s, and all of them are worth quite a bit. I haven't actually seen any myself. I'm just looking at my Beckett Almanac, which has this kind of information in there. It doesn't give any details on how these came to be or who made them. But Bazooka reappeared on the scene in 1988 with sets of 22 cards. And they printed them every year up to 93. And then there were bigger sets that came out in 95 and 96. And then there was a hiatus. And they showed up again in 2003. And I'm not sure who was behind these. The Almanac does not give details. But the last Bazooka set ever published was in 2006. And it looked like they had quite a few insert cards. And again, the Beckett Almanac does not give details, and I didn't go on Card Connection or one of those other websites to see the details on who was behind those. Now, I already know that I paid too much for this, and this was one of those impulse buys. And this is also a lesson to fellow collectors to control yourself. Because this is not really worth $10. It's probably a $5 to $8 price range is what would be a fair price for these. You might find them on eBay even more than $10, but then you also have shipping. I bought this at an antique mall several months ago, and they've been sitting around, and I've been just waiting to film now. The one big mistake I made was I did not have a good look at them because the top card, George Bell, has some significant damage to it. There's a I don't know what you call that. It's kind of like a crease, but it kind of looks like something laid down on it and pushed in that bottom corner of the card, and there is something must have been sitting on it there, and there's a little problem up here. So this card has had all kinds of issues. All four corners have something going on. The backs of these cards look like this. These were produced by Topps. It says down at the bottom, copyright 1988, Topps Chewing Gum. And it has stats up through 87. So unfortunately, the George Bell card is damaged, but everything after that looks really good. So there's Wade Boggs, and there's the back of that card. Jose Canseco, Roger Clemens, Vince Coleman, Eric Davis, Tony Fernandez. Well, that one has a little bit of an issue going on at the bottom. So I thought the rest of these were clean, and I was wrong. So let that be a lesson. Look them over really good before you buy them. There's Dwight Gooden, Tony Gwynn, Wally Joyner, Don Mattingly, Willie McGee, Mark McGuire. So it looks like they were focusing on young players. Kirby Puckett, Tim Raines. That's probably one of the older players on here. And it does have his stats back to 79. Dave Righetti, Cal Ripken, Juan Samuel, Ryan Sandberg, Benny Santiago, Darryl Strawberry, and last, Todd Worrell. So that is 1988 Bazooka. And I wish I had looked it over more closely. I'm sure there's probably another set out there that's cheaper and in better shape than this, but hey, you sometimes make mistakes when you're out in the wild and you think you've looked over something really good, and then when you get it home, you realize that your eyes are failing you and you need to see an eye doctor and get your bifocals checked. And that was my case. And I did get a new set of bifocals. I believe after I bought this. I don't remember. My memory of things I buy is a little not quite working quite right, because I guess I bought quite a bit over a while. Nothing really expensive or anything like that. So let's see what Cal Ripken was listening to today, and here's what Cal was listening to today. I believe this is a Norwegian band. Yeah, it's the record company's based in Bergen, Norway. And this is what Cal was listening to today. A band called Kornmo, and the album is called Fimble Winter. And I could not tell you what that is in English, what that means. But it's one of these cool digipacks. Well, that's actually not a digipack, is it? It's sort of like a gatefold. And that's what Cal was listening to today. So I get to put in a little bit of the weird music I listen to on the channel every now and then, and that was one of them. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments about Bazooka cards in general, or want to make fun of my gnome, please go ahead and add your comments. Boop, boop. And beep, beep. And have a nice day. Take care, everybody. Beep, beep.